Hello, and welcome to their Dokkan battle video. We're just recording a bunch of videos today before I go to work and before I have to get my oil changed because I have no internet and I feel powerful. Anyway, we're going to be taking on Red Zone 16, 17, and 18. I know literally nothing about this event. I haven't seen any gameplay. I haven't looked at anything. I have the wiki pulled up just so I can see what the typings are. So it's 17 and 18 at the beginning, and 16, 17, and 18, I think. Let me just make sure stuff is on. Yeah, let's just turn all this on. That way we can admire it all. Yeah, I don't know anything about this, so we're just gonna hop in blind and see what happens. I will let you guys listen to the intros and everything, though. I love that so much. Both the Gambits have such amazing intro animations. I like absolutely adore them as characters. Let's see here. We should be fine. My rotations are not exactly how I'd like them, but they should end up fine. Yeah, let's go after 18 first. Again, I have no idea what to really expect from this, how hard this is going to be. I heard that Minato didn't even get super attacked by 16, so I don't even know if like, is 16 the problem? Is he the one I'm worrying about? Like, I genuinely have no idea. We will find out, I'm sure, very quickly. But as of right now, like, it doesn't seem like this is much of a challenge. I've heard that like these stages aren't like the most ridiculous. Okay, how much is it gonna do? He doesn't have his damage reduction or his extra defense active yet. Not that much. She seals though. If I remember correctly, this is the event that seals for 3 turns. I know, like, cause that was data mined for a while ago. Like that one of these characters seals for 3 turns. Boss is immune. Seals the enemy super attack. It might be this one. I think Gamma 2's is probably still my favorite intro in the entire game, like by far. Because, 1, Mamoru Miyano is an amazing voice actor, and 2, his OST goes so hard, man. Like, just listen to it in the background right now. It is absolutely cracked. Like, he has such a fire OST, and I love that so much. Alright, Piccolo being an absolute Giga Chad as always. But yeah, like, out of all the superhero characters, I think Gamma 2 is probably my favorite one. Like, Piccolo's is good, Gohan's is good, Gamma 1's is really solid, but Gamma 2's, man, the intro comes in at like the perfect time, like the song, like, and it's just really good. And it just like keeps playing for the whole rest of the turn. Like, his is definitely my favorite. I think him in general is probably my favorite character that they've dropped from the movie, like just to use. Like, Piccolo's fun, Gohan is an absolute like a gigaton bomb, and Gamma 1 is super tanky, but Gamma 2, he's the GOAT in my heart, and probably will forever be the GOAT. I just absolutely adore him. I wish like we will get another Gamma 2, like an LR like Gamma 2 where he does his like last stand against Cell Max. I really want that as a card, or like maybe like a revive or an exchange or something. Just something crazy. I feel like that would be like incredibly sick for the game. Let's just do this. I believe this is the Tech Android Steed? I think so. But now that our rotations are in check, we should be more than fine from the rest of this event. Hopefully I'm able to beat this quickly, because I do gotta get prepped for my job. I am waiting on a Publix sandwich. If you ever eaten at a Publix, like for their sandwiches at their deli, like, whew. I get a chicken tender on a 5 grain with a chipotle gouda, and I have them toss the chicken in barbecue sauce, and then I get extra bacon. Whew, that's a sandwich right there. I like how this red zone isn't challenging enough for me to have to pay attention to it, so I can just talk about sandwiches. We don't need to use either of these right now. He is not the best right now, but it should still be fine. They're not attacking very many times for some reason. Oh, did Pan not dodge last turn? Is that why we took so much damage? Ah, that makes sense. Anyone dodge for me? Definitely dodge this, Pan. Are you... Oh, because she only has a 30% chance to dodge because it's only 2 enemies. That... Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense now. At first I was confused, but now... Okay, it makes a lot more sense why she wasn't dodging. Because she can't. Well, she can, it's just significantly less of a chance. Ah, okay. I was very confused. I was like, why wouldn't she dodge this? But it makes it's all very clear to me now. Okay. We do need to get this Piccolo built up a little bit, so I'm gonna let him get hit here. Keep in mind that the Gammas are also supports, by the way. Like, they are such good characters, man. Like, they need to draw more Gamma characters. Like, 100% they need it. I think what they should definitely do is an exchange Gamma 2 into Gamma 1, where the exchange is an attack, where it's his final stand against Cell Max, and then it goes into Gamma 1. Or maybe, like, a joint Gamma 1 and 2, where they do, like, their drop kick attacks and, like, or whatever, and the stuff that they were doing when they were fighting him together, and against, like, Gohan and Piccolo. Like, because both Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 have, like, kind of, like, Sanji, like a Sanji move where like they get like fired up and like start kicking somebody, like, and just holding the kick as they like descend. I think they both will have that as like a super attack where like they'll come in from both sides and like bam right on the enemy, and then have the active skill be Gamma 2's final stand against Cell Max. That will be literally amazing. Oh, and it is still multiple enemies, and Pan is shield. Okay, so we're gonna change things up a bit. Did we just rip the beat? I feel like we do. Yeah, let's just... oops. Let's just rip the band-aid off with Beast. I'll definitely take that. Very solid damage there. Let's just go strictly type advantage here. Just try to whittle off as much health as possible from these guys. I am nervous about Pan at the end. Again, she can dodge. She only has a 30% chance to do it, though. We can just get rid of this. It doesn't really matter. These are just orbs for Piccolo next turn. Okay. Wait, what? The 16 not attack? Or was it like a normal that got skipped or something? I'm confused. Oh, there's 16 super. How much is it gonna do to Gamma? Type advantage, post super, fully built up. 24. And I haven't seen that in so long. 12 million from Gohan. He's not even fully built up, by the way. I believe he still needs to do one more super attack. But this should obliterate 17. Yeah, that's some good damage there. You think people think this guy's like genuinely really bad? Like, he isn't as impressive as I would like him to be, but he's still He still cooks. He still cooks quite hard. Now I just hope Pan doesn't get super attacked and dodges. Was she not sealed? It said sealed. Huh? What? She was definitely sealed. I don't know what happened there. I'm not gonna question it. Oh, against one enemy. Yeah, that's a problem. All right, so we'll finish off you. You can attack 16. We'll have orbs set up for next turn. I doubt we're in that much trouble here. 14 million from Piccolo. And he's, you know, he's a little good, I would say. You know, he's a little strong. Definitely, yeah, he's all right. He can be better. How much is it gonna do? 16. How much? What are you doing here? 59. All right. And the other two, the only super attack they've done is getting countered. So it should just be 16 and 18 left. Yeah. This doesn't feel like it's that bad. Currently, no items. Just want to put that out there. Currently, haven't used an item yet. Depending on how this rotation looks. Ooh. I would like to do this. I feel like we can do some crazy damage here, and the Gammas would look like absolutely insane on this turn. So let's do this, and have Gohan obliterate them at the end. Because Gohan, like, we don't really need him on rotation. I like having him on rotation with like Gamma 1, but we don't need it. If Gamma 1 does get super attacked though, he could potentially take a lot of damage. I don't know how hard this 18 hits. But post super attack, I doubt she would kill him. No, both my Gammas are 55%, and they are still absolute monsters. I genuinely love these cards. I feel like they did such a good job with both of them. And I feel like even now that like Gamma 2 has a better team, I feel like he might now be in contention to be better than Kid Goku. Like, again, might. Kid Goku still has like that crazy defensive support and everything like that, so I don't know. It's probably close, but dude, like they just enable Gohan as well to do crazy damage like this. And it's when Gohan does stuff like this where I'm like, is he, like, people say he's better, he's worse than the gods, and I just don't feel like that's the case. Like, if you want to be like, oh, but he's inconsistent, it's like, yeah, I guess, but you know who else is inconsistent? Like Cooler. Like, oh, but he's offensive RNG. Like, yeah, you know who else is offensive RNG? Cooler. Like, like the argument only holds for so long before it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, because from like, okay, by the way, I don't have either of these guys rainbow. Cooler rainbowed is definitely crazier than probably Gohan rainbowed. I don't know. Probably not in terms of damage wise, they're relatively the same, if you're gonna be honest. Like, Gohan does 3 super attacks with higher numbers, but Cooler can do up to 5 with lower numbers. But like, if you add up all the numbers of their super attacks that they're doing, right, it rounds out to roughly the same amount like of damage. And since Gohan has super effective against all types and Cooler wants to crit, right? Granted, getting Gohan super effective against all types isn't like the most consistent thing in the world, but like on a team like this, like it's really easy. Like we only missed it like once, so it's like it kind of becomes a thing where I genuinely feel like they are equally inconsistent, and it doesn't matter all that much. Anyway, I'm gonna Orange Piccolo, and he's probably gonna win this for us. The best character in the game mechanic right here. Though I think one thing is for sure though is that Piccolo is definitely better than both of them. Piccolo's crazy. They designed him probably almost perfectly. He has a little bit of key issues in his base form. I think both Gohan and Piccolo should have gotten an extra bit of key. Gohan every time he attacks, and Piccolo every time he gets hit. That way they have easier time of hitting their key markers. But like besides that, Piccolo is built like perfectly. Gohan, again, he has his issues, but on a team like this one, like if you build the team to be like something roughly like this, where you have the superheroes, it works really, really well. And Gohan is able to shine really hard. And people will be like, oh, but you're juicing him all this, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I'm not running any characters that are bad, right? Like, I'm running the Gammas and Pan and STR Piccolo. I'm not running, like, Kid Buu and Yajirobe off a leader skill, right? Or Pikkon. I'm running really strong characters. Like, red zone level characters. Like, I'm not nerfing my team to make Gohan look good, right? Gohan just looks good around characters that work with him. Where Gohan doesn't look good and where people are like pulling all this stuff from him, where he's like, look how trash he is when he's ran along characters that he doesn't work well with, like the gods. Like, even with Vegeta and Trunks, he works well with them because they don't really need ki that much, and he can take all the ki for himself. I don't see that. Like, he has his issues, but like if you're running him correctly with the units that he wants to be run with, he's a literal god. In my opinion, I think he's better than the 7-year LRs, specifically on teams like this, right? If you lead him with the LR gods and with like those kind of characters, he's not going to look nearly as good. Like with Carnival LR Goku, stuff like that, he's not going to look as good as them on that team, because that's where they are set up to look good. Gohan looks good on a team like this, where it's made around him and Piccolo being the stars. And that's where I feel like people aren't really taking into consideration how good he can be. Like, is he a disappointment that he's not Beast? Yeah. But is he still crazy? I think so. And you'd be like, oh, offensive RNG. I don't... This run. Anyway, was that no items? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Gohan's crazy. This was first try. Let me know how you guys feel about this redstone stage in the comments down below. It didn't seem that hard. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.